We good?
Yep.
Okay.
So while your appearance is a huge part of the Mary Kay image, there's so much more to it than how you look. The Mary Kay image is an attitude. It's a tradition and a legacy. It's a code of ethics that we strive to uphold by the words that we say, by the way we treat others around us, and the way we carry and present ourselves. One of the most important parts of your professional attire is your smile and your positive attitude. Would y'all agree that first impressions matter?
Yes.
So projecting a positive and professional image and attitude is key to your success in this business, in any business. You should always remember that you may very well be the only Mary Kay that someone ever meets. So what your community, what your church, what your friends and family think of you, they think of all of Mary Kay. It's an awesome honor and responsibility. Every single one of you represent my Mary Kay business. And I represent every single one of your Mary Kay businesses. You never have a second chance to make a good first impression. So, one of the questions I get asked all the time is, why are we required to wear skirts and dresses? Well, I don't know that I would say that we're required. I mean, it is your business. And what are we all wearing today? Most of us are wearing pants. But it is strongly recommended, and with good reason. Now, had this been a guest event, we all know we would be dressed much differently. This is a different situation. But on the whole, we're asked to wear dresses. So, why? Well, first and foremost, I believe the reason that we should wear dresses and skirts is because Mary Kay asked that of us. So I'm going to give you a quote from Mary Kay Ash that came out of the book, Miracles Happen. One of the precious qualities God gave us is our femininity. I truly believe He made us feminine for a reason, and we should always strive to maintain our femininity. There's no reason for a successful woman to behave like a man. Men respect a woman who retains her femininity, and they respond more favorably to her if she presents an attractive appearance. Now, when I stress dressing in an attractive, feminine way, I don't mean wearing sexy clothing. A career woman should always dress in a business-like manner. I am, for example, adamantly opposed to women wearing slacks on the job. We are in the business of helping women look more feminine and beautiful, so we feel very strongly that our beauty consultants should dress accordingly. And she went on to say, this is one of my favorite quotes, her attitude just makes me laugh so hard sometimes. We suggest they always wear dresses or skirted suits to skin classes. And we also emphasize well-groomed hair and nails. And I can almost hear Mary Kay saying these words and kind of her little sweet attitude. After all, can you imagine a woman with her hair up in curlers, wearing jeans, calling herself a beauty consultant, and trying to tell other women what they should be doing to look good? Those women would have to think, what in the world could she possibly tell me about looking beautiful? We want our beauty consultants to be the kind of women other women want to emulate. We're selling femininity, so our dress has to be ultra feminine. So when I was researching this topic, I was a little bit concerned that it might come off sounding old-fashioned, old school, and outdated. But during my research, I found tons of current articles and studies supporting exactly what Mary Kay Ash had been saying all along. And I can tell you from personal experience in my very male-dominated HVAC business that my appearance has had an immense impact on my business. Not just my Mary Kay business, but my HVAC business. Now, I know that it may be hard for some of y'all to believe, but there was a time, for a few years, I really didn't care too much about my appearance. If I wore makeup, it was blush and mascara, and I mean blush from CVS. And I don't even want to tell y'all what I used to dress like. Let's just say that jeans and a t-shirt were dressed up for me. I had zero confidence in myself and how I looked, and it showed. In the business world, in the construction industry, I was not taken seriously. I was invisible. Fortunately, that was a temporary situation. Now, I started coming out of that little funk shortly before I got into Mary Kay, but I still had a long way to go. Getting into Mary Kay and learning the legacy of the Mary Kay image not only changed the trajectory of my business and professional life, but in my personal and social life as well. I wasn't a social butterfly. I was content to stay home and watch TV and do whatever, just so long as I didn't deal with people. I love people now. I love getting out and seeing my friends and socializing. And Mary Kay never held back when she talked about principles, about image or traditions. And as evidenced by the changes in my own life, I believe her standards still hold true today. Senior NSD Emeritus Pat Danforth said, "Yes, I know fashion and trends change, but good taste doesn't." It's much easier to wear the right thing than to try to explain why you didn't. If you have to ask the question, then you probably already know the answer. And I want to talk to y'all a minute about my best customer who recently passed away. She had a long battle with cancer, but she found me on my Mary Kay website because I was a star consultant. And when I walked through the door, Sweet Helen said to me, "Oh, thank goodness you're pretty. I can't tolerate a homely Mary Kay woman." From that moment, I fell in love with Helen. The environment of Mary Kay is so different from corporate America, from small business America, from any business you will encounter. Our environment is different. When the rest of America was burning their bras, Mary Kay was saying, "Dress like a lady." When the rest of America was saying, "Dress like a man to make it a business," Mary Kay Ash was saying, "Dress like a lady and still make it in business." Pat Danforth also said that she talked about a male friend of hers that said, "A woman in slacks is still a woman, but a woman in a skirt is perceived as a lady." And again, that may sound old-fashioned, but when you are in business, that is power. So, I'm going to talk to y'all about your hair. I have been told, because I'm over 50, I need to cut my hair. I don't care if you're 25, I don't care if you're 75. Wear your hair the way you want to wear it. If you're 75 and your hair is down to your rear end, wear it. If you're more comfortable wearing it short and spiked and purple, go for it. I want you to wear your hair the way you feel most confident. Clean, in style. You know, you can still be a little funky and still be feminine. So that is my rant on hair. If you want to move up the career ladder, have your lipstick in hand. I read an article in the New York Times that said wearing makeup increases people's perceptions of a woman's likability, her confidence, and provided she doesn't overdo it, her trustworthiness. Now, the PhD that spoke in this article went on to say that wearing makeup can significantly change how people see you. It can affect how smart people think you are on a first impression, or how warm and approachable you are, and that is completely within your power. Oh, and this one is a big one. Another study that I read in the American Economic Review said women who wear makeup are likely to earn 30% more in pay than non-makeup wearing workers. Yeah, that's big. Mary Kay always knew that potential customers and team members would be attracted to you and to the Mary Kay business opportunity because of the company's unique values and philosophies. God first, family second, career third. She also knew that image could serve to attract others. And she once said, over the years, our sales force has earned a reputation for being professional and feminine. This image includes a friendly smile, a courteous manner, and a positive attitude. To Mary Kay, image not only included what you wore, but also how you treated others. Over the years, this concept of image has come to be known as the Mary Kay image. Joe, what was my mind went, was it Daryl Overcash that was the last president?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so when I went to new director training, I was so impressed by how they treated us. They took us on a tour of the Mary Kay building. We got to go in Mary Kay Ash's office. But when we walked through the door, it was so overwhelming that all of us new directors we were taken aback. And most of us were in tears. There are big balconies when you walk in. And so people are hanging over the balconies. There are balloons. There are streamers. They are throwing confetti at you. They are making you feel like you are the most important people in the world. And Daryl Overcash, I don't remember how many of us there were several hundred of us. Daryl Overcash was standing in a room, the line of women was ridiculous. And I was way back towards the end. And when I got there, the man had a smile on his face, and he shook my hand, and he acted like I was the most important person in the world, and it was his pleasure to welcome me into the Mary Kay world, into Mary Kay leadership. And that is because of Mary Kay. Because Mary Kay said, treat everyone like they're wearing an invisible sign around their neck that says, make me feel important. Whew. I found so much information on image that I could speak at least a few hours on the subject, but I only have 15 minutes. So in the interest of time, I'm going to have to condense a few things, but I think they're super important. Your actions, what you say and the way you say it, may reflect on your image and how others perceive you, including the use of profanity and gossip. Consider the benefit of always being pleasant and courteous to people who provide service to you in stores, in restaurants, and in hotels. Never miss an opportunity to make a new contact. We've been to countless events where we go see vendors, and I'm told time and time and time again, you Mary Kay ladies are such a joy to be around. That is the Mary Kay image. Consider how being late may show a lack of respect for other people's time. To be a woman of your word. If you tell someone you're going to be there at a certain time, you should be there at a certain time. Let's talk briefly about telephone etiquette. How do you answer the phone? What? I do that with my daughter sometimes. Probably. What do you want? Why are you calling me? Be kind. Be professional sounding. And be joyful and enthusiastic, even if you feel horrible. Do you have you and your family answer the phone in a pleasant, professional manner? Do you return calls promptly as a show of respect for other people? Social media. This is a huge, huge issue for me. There's so much to be said about this in relation to your Mary Kay business and your Mary Kay image. But for now, just let me condense it down to just be nice. Be professional. Don't use profanity, and for crying out loud, nobody wants to hear you whining. They just do not. They don't want to hear political rants. And some of you are probably on my Facebook page, and you probably saw a political rant. There was no profanity. I didn't call anybody by name. I was defending people. It was not something I normally do. But I'm not asking you when you get on Facebook or Twitter or I don't know what all the other ones are. I'm not asking you to change who you are. I want your personality to come out. But be kind. If you're political, be political. But don't insult other people. It's such a turnoff. Okay, so now let's talk about the Mary Kay mold. Do you fit into the Mary Kay mold? No. Not one person in this room fits into the Mary Kay mold because there is no Mary Kay mold. There is not. It is not a cookie cutter business. Everybody fits in. There are successful women in Mary Kay from every walk of life. Everything you can imagine. There are young women. There are older women. Me, for instance. I was almost 50 when I started my Mary Kay business. Women with money. Women who struggle financially. Women who went to college and women who dropped out of school. I'm in both of those categories, by the way. I'm going to finish up talking about two women who you probably wouldn't imagine would be Mary Kay sales directors, but they are rocking it. So the first one you have probably seen, Jo posted her story a while back on her page. When I was researching the Mary Kay mold, I found that Jo had posted this. So this is Allie B. Can y'all see this? You see what she's wearing? Her leather jacket, her torn blue jeans. 5 years ago, she said she signed up to be a Mary Kay consultant. 5 years ago, she thought Mary Kay was for old ladies. 4.5 of her 5 years was spent in doubt, fear, and intimidation. 4.5 of her years she didn't take seriously. She decided that she just didn't fit into the Mary Kay mold. I'm not the sales type. I don't have lots of female friends. I wear black and ride a motorcycle, for goodness sake. I can relate to that. I mean, I wore jeans and sweatpants and t-shirts and worked in a male-dominated air conditioning industry. She said in her 5 years with Mary Kay, she learned that life goes on without you, whether you do the thing or not. She learned that you don't need to compete with everyone else's journey. My journey is completely different than your journey, than their journey. I've learned that there's room for me here with this company, with these people, and that I fit in just fine, being my full, raw self. With her husband encouraging her to just try it for several years, she decided that November 1st of 2018, she would just try it and see what happens. So here's what happened when she just started trying it. In only 4 months, she doubled her monthly income. She went on target to earn a free car. She went in qualification to become a director. She earned countless free gifts. She started to become her best self. And that is one of the greatest gifts for me, was becoming my best self. Her life has been changed, and lives of others around her have been changed. She has developed friendships and her confidence has grown. This business is about the people. People like you, people like me, people like her. She goes on to say, consultants, hear me. Do not fear and doubt. Do not let fear and doubt hinder you from this opportunity. Do not let time pass because you don't believe in yourself, especially for 4.5 years. Never give up. And don't ever forget why you started, and that this opportunity is so much more than financial gain. Go in power, be empowered, and stay rad. And I'm going to tell you about one other girl. This is my friend Chrissy that I met at New Director Training. I met her the last day of New Director Training. Y'all, when I show you this picture, you're going to be like, there's no way that girl was in Mary Kay. Let me tell you, she's the kindest woman. Absolutely one of the kindest women I've ever met. And she is rocking her business. We started at the same time. She is in qualification for her third car. Her name is Chrissy Starry-Eye Trove. I'm going to come around so y'all can get a good look. This is Chrissy. She is a rocker trick. She has a bachelor's degree in science, and she was a dental hygienist for 22 years. And she developed a condition that caused her hands to shake, and that ended her career. She went from a successful professional to being on welfare. She started her Mary Kay business, and she went into DIQ with no car. She's a biker chick, devoted Motley Crue fan, and one of the nicest people I've ever met. Never, ever judge a book by its cover, and never, ever let your current circumstances define who you are and who you can be. And now, Nicole is going to come up and talk to you about IPAs.